While all the showdown that transpired in Kolkata with West Bengal Chief Minister sitting down on a dharna protesting CBI's attempt to quiz Kolkata Police Chief Rajiv Kumar in connection with chit fund scams and she receiving support from numerous political parties and their leaders that included Congress President Rahul Gandhi, RJD's Tejasvi Yadav, Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu among others, this was not the first time that the police officers were tried to be contacted, much less questioned. Turns out that the Central Bureau of Investigation and the West Bengal Police had communicated more than 20 times concerning the interrogation of over 24 police officials with regards to the agency's investigation into the 2013 chit fund scams as per the documents that were accessed by Hindustan Times. However, in majority of the cases, the questioning of the Bengal police is yet to happen. As a matter of fact, the scams of Rose Valley and Sardha had shaken the entire states of Assam, Odisha and West Bengal in the year 2013. The questioning of Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar along with the other Kolkata police officials was needed since they had investigated the cases of chit fund before the Supreme Court assigned the CBI with the probes in all these matters, said the officials of the CBI. In fact, some of the police officials who the CBI needs to interrogate have even retired now. But what remains imperative here is that all these officials were linked in some way to the special investigation team formed by the state police to look into these cases of the chit fund. Now, year 2017. The documents suggest after the two inspectors were examined, the CBI had sent its first summons to Rajiv Kumar under section 160 of the Criminal Procedure Code on 18th October 2017, asking him to appear the very next day. However, Rajiv intimated the CBI that because of his engagements of law and order during revelries, he would be unable to make an appearance on 19th of October. It was then on October 23, 2017 that a second notice was sent to Rajiv again that sought his appearance on the 27th of the same month, but he did not show up. In its place, he sent a semi-official letter to Alok Verma, the then CBI chief, in which he questioned the need to serve notice under section 160 of the CRPC and stated if the commissioners were to be served notice like this for cases supervised by them, it will only open Pandora's box. He proposed that first it should be ascertained that what are the basic facts and a questionnaire to be sent to him in case if they are not satisfied, the right of the agency to serve notice for questioning always remains. Now, after Rajiv sent his letter to Verma, there was no communication as such between the CBI and the West Bengal Police for the next 8 months. Now, coming down to year 2018. After that, on 27 June 2018, the CBI called for the appearance of retired Inspector Debrata Banerjee in an additional case of chit fund, who on 3rd July intimated the agency that he can't move owing to his age-related ailments and hence he can be sent a questionnaire. Then on 10th July, the CBI sent a letter to the Bengal police seeking the presence of 10 officers who were investigating the 10 cases that were related to the Sardha chit fund scam. The police reverted that all of these investigating officers were either retired or transferred, therefore the CBI can reach them at their new places where they were staying or where they were posted at the time. Now, after that, on 18th August 2018, the CBI sent a letter to the Director General of Police of Bengal and sought Rajiv Kumar's presence along with other officials like the then Special Inspector General Vineet Goyal, then Joint Commissioner of Crime of Kolkata Police Pallab Kanti Ghosh and the then Additional Deputy Commissioner of Police Arnab Ghosh at a mutually convenient date and place. The West Bengal Police, in its reply, recapped its proposal of organizing a meeting between these officials and the CBI. Then on August 23rd, the CBI asked for place and date of meeting, but the agency was informed that the chief of the state police had written to the then CBI director making a proposition that all these officials should be sent the queries first. It was on 30th November, the CBI called on the appearance of the inspectors Arnab Ghosh, Shankar Bhattacharya and Dilip Hazra, but none of them showed up. In fact, the state government moved the Calcutta High Court asserting notices were being sent for appearance with malified intentions. And finally, on December 8th, the CBI again focused on Rajiv Kumar and sought his appearance on December 18th, but again he didn't turn up. Instead, the state police chief sent another letter to the CBI saying written questions can be sent to him, and later, if there was a need, a meeting with the CBI and the state police SIT members can be arranged. But when Kumar didn't appear, finally the CBI reached at his doorstep on Sunday, leading to unprecedented showdown between the agency and the Mamata Banerjee government. Now, what is Rajiv Kumar's doing in this case? Now, Rajiv Kumar, the man who is point of focus in the standoff between Mamata Banerjee-led West Bengal government and the CBI, stands to be a 1989 batch Indian Police Service officer. The former Bidhanagar Police Commissioner and the head of a special task force to investigate the 2013 Sarada Ponzi scam, Kumar has been the Commissioner of Kolkata Police since May 2016. He is known for his closeness to Banerjee and for his adroit use of technology to nab criminals. Bureaucrats evoke that the commissioner was initially detested by Mamata, possibly on the doubt that Kumar, a favorite of a predecessor Buddhadev Bhattacharjee of the Communist Party of India Marxist, tapped telephones on behalf of the left regime. But they say Banerjee gradually came to admire his proficiency. Now, as soon as the Sarada scam came to light in April 2013, Mamata set up a special investigation team under Rajiv Kumar and also a 4-member Judicial Inquiry Commission. It was as the Commissioner of Bidhanagar Police and the SIT chief probing the Sarada scam that involved deposits of rupees 2,460 crore, as it was later quantified by the Enforcement Directorate, that Kumar has come under the CBI scanner. CBI, which was ordered by the Supreme Court to take over the Sarada probe in May 2014, alleged that the SIT led by Kumar had in 2013 seized various items from Sarada's Midland Park office, including a red diary and a pen drive containing details including payoffs to influential people. Incidentally, the Midland Park office falls under the jurisdictions of the Bidhanagar Police Commissionerate. Former Sarada Executive Director Debjani Mukherjee too allegedly told the CBI that these documents were seized, but the CBI said the same were never made available to them. Now, what is Mukul Roy and Himanta Biswa Sarma's doing in the Sarada scam? Technically, the probe against former railway minister and ex-Trinamool Congress Vice President Mukul Roy, which started in 2015, went slow within months. And same holds to be the case with Assam Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. With regards to the alleged payoffs, he was beckoned by the agency, his home was raided, but he was not named in any charge sheet. Both Roy and Sarma joined the BJP during the probe. The agency, which began the probe in 2014 on the orders of the Supreme Court, questioned Roy on January 30, 2015. Roy was being probed for his alleged role in Sarda's news operations and for his association with Sarda chairman Sudipta Sen. CBI had a statement of Sen's driver giving details of how Roy allegedly helped Sen flee Kolkata. The CBI summoned Roy in 2015 after allegations by TMC MP Kunal Ghosh. Ghosh was arrested in the year 2013 for cheating, breach of trust and criminal conspiracy in a case related to a complaint by a Sarada Group firm over failure to pay salaries to employees. Within hours of his arrest, Ghosh had named 12 people behind the scam, including Roy, but then Roy's doing in the case remains inconclusive. For more news updates, log on to www.hwnews.in.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.